When a royal vanishes, the press and public can't help but wonder. Consider the recent Kate Middleton frenzy, for example. Here are some other royal disappearances that prompted rumors and conspiracy theories, from the ridiculous to the genuinely tragic. Queen Elizabeth II's husband, Prince Philip, died on April 9, 2021 at the age of 99. However, long before his actual death, there were rumblings that the Duke of Edinburgh had already passed. In 2018, Town & Country reported on a slew of social media rumors about Prince Philip, leading multiple news publications to prepare articles detailing what happens when a member of the royal family passes away. While Twitter posts suggesting the prince had died turned out to be false, it showed just how easily social media users could be swayed by fake news. When rumors of Prince Philip's death were ignited once again in 2020, Royal Central dismissed the false reports, noting that the prince was, in fact, spending time at his wood farm property on the Queen's Sandringham estate. Having announced his retirement in 2017, it makes sense that Philip would retreat from the spotlight.
How are you, sir? Are you well, sir?
Well, do I look ill?
Unfortunately, the announcement of Prince Philip's death in April 2021 didn't stop speculation. In fact, QAnon shared several ridiculous conspiracy theories, including that the prince was executed, that he died due to the COVID-19 vaccination, or that his death was a cover for illegal activity. Queen Elizabeth II's uncle, Prince George, the Duke of Kent, died in August 1942 in a plane crash in Scotland while flying for the Royal Air Force. He was 39. The prince's death caused many to wonder if something nefarious had taken place, especially as the crash was shrouded in mystery.
It's more than a possibility, horrible though it is to contemplate, that Kent's plane was actually sabotaged.
Writing for the Daily Mail, royal expert Christopher Wilson speculated that the lack of information about the crash may have been a cover-up by the royal family to hide the identity of one of the plane's passengers. The suggestion was that Prince George was accompanied by a mistress. Another conspiracy theory suggested that Rudolf Hess, deputy leader of the Nazi Party and a close confidant of Adolf Hitler, was on board the flight. This theory holds less weight. Although Hess had traveled to Scotland in May 1941 in an attempt to broker a peace deal between the United Kingdom and Germany, there's no evidence that he was on board Prince George's plane. Perhaps more importantly, Hess would have had to survive the accident, as he lived in Germany until August 1987, finally dying at the age of 93. In July 2011, Charlene Wittstock married Monaco's Prince Albert II in a civil wedding ceremony, but her life hasn't been a fairy tale. Instead, she's faced an inordinate amount of negative press, particularly when it comes to the status of her relationship.
But is this fairy tale turning into a nightmare? Numerous reports have surfaced that the future princess-to-be has bolted for the airport.
Charlene disappeared from the public eye in May 2021 after returning home to South Africa. There, she developed a life-threatening health condition after contracting an ear, nose, and throat infection, which prevented her from returning to Monaco for 6 months. As a result, Charlene reportedly wasn't able to see her husband or her children, twins Prince Jacques and Princess Gabriella, throughout her illness. After finally returning to Monaco in November 2021, the princess left again almost immediately, this time to check into a treatment facility in Switzerland. Charlene's absence from her family had already caused rumors to swirl, and the conspiracy theories ramped up when she left again. During an interview with People, Prince Albert shut down the theories about his wife, saying, "Because I know there are rumors out there, let me say, this is not COVID, and it's not cancer-related. It's not a personal relationship issue. And if you want to discuss another speculation, it isn't related to plastic surgery or facial work at all." Mohammed VI, the King of Morocco, took the throne in 1999. Perhaps the strangest moment in his reign occurred in 2023 when The Economist published an article titled "The Mystery of Morocco's Missing King." The article examined the king's extended absences from Morocco, which reportedly totaled as many as 200 days in 2022. This provoked questions about where the king had been during that time. Even more surprisingly, the publication examined the king's close friendship with Abu Azzatar, a mixed martial arts champion whose Instagram posts highlighted his newly formed connection with the royal.
The two men were pressed up together, both of them wore sunglasses and were grinning widely.
Born in Germany, where he spent some time in prison, Az-Attar moved to Morocco in 2018 and seemingly ingratiated himself to the king fairly quickly. The article cited a royal insider who claimed that Az-Attar and his two German Moroccan brothers had become regular fixtures at the palace. Meanwhile, the publication suggested that Muhammad VI's lifestyle had become even more glamorous after he befriended the Az-Attar family, with the group taking more vacations to decadent locations. Obviously, the king is allowed to have friends, but some royal watchers have begun to question his whereabouts, particularly as he reportedly spends more time outside of Morocco than he does at home. As for the nature of his disappearances, the details of Muhammad VI's activities remain private, which contributes to the conspiracy theories about his lifestyle sprouting up. When Princess Diana died on August 31, 1997, Queen Elizabeth II was on vacation. The Queen, Prince Philip, Prince Charles, and Charles and Diana's two sons, Prince Harry and Prince William, were staying at Scotland's secluded Balmoral Castle, where they remained for several more days. As the Queen didn't immediately return to London to meet with mourners who had gathered at the gates of Buckingham Palace, the tabloids began to put pressure on the royal family, questioning their absence at such a devastating time. In reality, the Queen was trying to protect her grandsons during an excruciating period of grief, but the public demanded a response from their monarch all the same. It wasn't until September 5, 1997, that the Queen made the journey from Balmoral to London and gave a televised speech to the nation regarding Diana's death.
I share in your determination to cherish her memory.
Despite meeting with royal mourners and paying tribute to the princess's life, her absence from the public eye, which was less than 1 week long, conjured multiple conspiracy theories. While some suggested that Diana's death had been planned, others theorized that the Queen simply didn't care. In the end, all it took was a few days to stir up a hornet's nest of rumors about the Queen's reaction to Diana's death.